person here, as far as I'm concerned. Listen, let's get to what's really happening here. You're the day before Thanksgiving. You're with a lot of people who are getting ready to go be with their families. A lot of people are going to sit down for meals and enjoy company, and then the other side of the coin in life. You have a lot of people that don't have family. A lot of people don't have the means, and a lot of people that are not going to have meals. Well, we're standing in front of a place that, as far as I'm concerned, does God's work. It helps the people who need it the most. And here at the Inn in Hempstead, Jean Kelly and her team are year-round helping not only feed people and help them succeed and move on with their lives. Every day is the day before Thanksgiving for this facility. And that's why I'm happy today to announce the town of Hempstead is doing another grant with the Inn to help subsidize the costs for all that they do. As I said, I'm Don Clavin, the town of Hempstead supervisor. I'm joined by my colleague in government, Janine Driscoll, the receiver of taxes, Jean Kelly, chief executive officer of the Inn. It is known as the Interfaith Nutrition Network, but everybody knows it as the Inn. During this pandemic, because of the great work of our friend in Washington, Chuck Schumer, the town of Hempstead was able to secure CARES funding. And we've done a lot of things with the CARES funding, from tests to vaccinations to, school districts and hospitals. But I think one of the biggest things we've done and teamed up is when we reached out to people like Jean and the Inn about what we could do to help. Food insecurity was one thought, but the Inn does so much more. And we were able to secure last time $1 million in funding for the Inn, which helped them because they're feeding thousands and thousands of people and even more during this pandemic. And with this grant of $300,000 that we're getting to the Inn, it's going to help subsidize the costs. As I said, there's a line here today, folks. There are a lot of people who are just looking for a basic meal. And the Inn has done an amazing job during this pandemic. Generally, they have people going inside their facilities. They can't. And Jean and her crew got together and rethought and reimagined how they could serve people with walk-up food. Instead of tomorrow having a big meals where they serve hundreds, if not thousands of people, they can't do that. What do? They reimagined it. They're having people pick up meals. I was here last week when they were giving away turkeys to people who are in need. This facility is so important. It is so needed, and that's why we are happy to team up. As I said, they do God's work here. And it's not just a meal. It's mental health. It's, getting them clothing. It's getting them bathed. And government needs to team up with these entities and help. That's the right thing to do. That's our obligation, and that's why I'm happy to say the town board unanimously, all the colleagues, did this grant of $310,000 to the Inn, and we're going to continue. We're going to continue this partnership to help people who are in need in our communities. That's the mission government should be in. That's the mission of the town of Hempstead. And let me introduce the real star, the person who does a phenomenal job and has helped feed thousands and thousands of people. That is the woman who runs this facility. That is the person with the vision of this facility. Ladies and gentlemen, Jean Kelly. Please.
Good morning, and thank you, all of you, for coming here today and continuing to inspire us. I'd like to certainly begin by thanking Supervisor Don Clavin, who has understood that part of doing his job and being in government is also to understand not only what financially can happen, but also how it needs to happen, and that's with an act of kindness. What he is understanding is that all the numbers in the world mean nothing if it's not delivered in a way that respects the dignity of each person who is in a situation, and it's a temporary situation. They may not be here next year. We hope this is a temporary difficulty that they're in, and we're able to respect their privacy, and we thank you for understanding that no one standing online can be photographed or interviewed ever all year long, because it's nobody's business who's eating here. It could be you, your family member, somebody in temporary distress. And thanks to the town of Hempstead, after helping us through one of the most challenging years we have ever had in 38 years was last year, and receiving the $1 million grant literally gave us the sustenance we needed to get through that time. This additional incredible grant of over $300,000 is literally going to help us get our way out of this final push to return to whatever the new normal is going to be. But each one of you, in showing up here today, you are doing your own act of kindness, doing your job, because you're letting people know that they shouldn't be discouraged, that the town government here is working with organizations like the Inn to make sure that every day we have Thanksgiving here. We're thankful for the generosity of Long Islanders. We are far from being discouraged. We are encouraged every day by the exceptional generosity of Long Islanders, and the town of Hempstead has this year, once again, just come in with such a tremendous, tremendous effort and an act of kindness in allocating these essential funds to us. So please, if we could, if I know your hands are cold, but if we could just give a round of applause to the town of Hempstead for the phenomenal job they have done last year and now this year in helping us get through this time. And we'll certainly be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you, Gene. And like I said, it's collaboration that government needs to do, reaching out with people like Gene and other agencies that are providing such essential services. That's the idea that the town has embarked on here and will continue to, and we will expand this. And that's what every other municipality across Long Island should be doing. Sitting down with these organizations, seeing about ways we can team up and help people. As I said, they do an amazing job here at the Inn. From all the volunteers year round, but like I said, it's that time of the year where tomorrow people will be celebrating. What they're doing in the next day is amazing, and I would ask any resident, you know what, take the time, come on down, volunteer, do anything you can at the Inn. They do a great job, and we do have a good team in the town, a good crop of people that work together, and I think that's what we accomplished, a lot of them. And I'm going to ask them to come on up for some brief remarks, and that's Councilman Tommy Muscarella.
Just like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And one thing about the Inn, I experienced them a long time ago over there at Franklin Square Lions Club. They've gotten bigger and better and more full service. They've everything from clothing to food to housing. This is our ability in the town of Hempstead to take your funds and to funnel it into an organization that has gone through the test of time. And with that, I'd like to thank Gene and the Inn for continuing their services. Pandemic or anything cannot stop this organization because of you. It was your private dollars that came to the Inn way before the town of Hempstead, but with funding from the town of Hempstead and from you, the taxpayer, has made it even that much better. I thank the town for recognizing an organization like this that makes Thanksgiving even better during the time of giving. Thank you.
Thank you, Tommy. And again, you know, this is a great collaboration with the Inn and Gene, and this doesn't end here, folks. This has got to continue, and like I said, we want to do things, and we think they have some wonderful ideas, maybe some big things coming in the future the town's going to be for them. It's going to be for them, town government, and the residents are too. We're almost 800,000 strong here in the town of Hempstead, and we all have big hearts, and we all chip in and help, and this is the right time of the year and the right thing. So to Gene, to you and your team, I say happy Thanksgiving to you today, because I know tomorrow you'll be giving that Thanksgiving to all those people who really, really need it the most. If we have any questions, we'd be delighted to answer any of them. Gene.
Ask you a question. You mentioned that this is, you got $1 million, had received $1 million grant earlier, that this is going to help you get over the hump. What, can you be a little bit more specific about where the money goes to help you stay open?
We're actually, the $1 million last year helped us actually purchase meals that had to be made outside this building. We physically did not have enough volunteers or staff that could actually, and for safety reasons, there weren't enough people able to come in. So we had to pay for meals.
This last one, the 350 that you're getting today.
And
the 310. What specifically, how is that going to help you? The one that you're getting today.
The money that we are getting today is actually allowing us to do buy the additional food that we still have the numbers up almost as high as during COVID, but there are no additional funds to pay for that food. So this is supplementing. We're still having the increased need. We don't have it in our budget. This is filling that ability for us to get the funds. And also during the holidays, we are giving additional hot meals for the day after Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, and New Year's Eve. These funds will be used to have those additional hot meals made and frozen and prepared to give to each of the guests. So that's in addition to sustaining us through this increased time.
Chief, when you get a phone call from the supervisor saying that they're going to help you out like this, especially timing it around Thanksgiving, what is the reaction of
The reaction is actually shock and truly, tears of joy that we are not forgotten. We have never been forgotten in the town of Hempstead. That is why we are here. We understand that they are with us in spirit every day, even though they're behind their desks doing their job from a public service standpoint. We're serving the community, and they give us inspiration and just encouragement to know we are not alone. Even though they don't stand next to us, they're with us in our hearts and in our spirits. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving again to all of you.
Thank you very much for those very, very kind words. And like I said, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. If you can, give some time, give some donations to the inn. They do really God's work. That's the way to describe what they do here today. And every single day, 365 days a year. Happy Thanksgiving. God bless everybody. And enjoy your holiday. Thank you all very, very much.